I drunkenly stole a plasma TV by mistake and my friend took the blame, and got tackled by police officers even though everyone saw me do it. Last month I broke into someone's house and now my best friend has taken the blame. Let me explain. A group of us were coming from a trip to the local pub. We were all pretty hammered when my mate Troy shouted to me, "Mike, look over there." I staggered around and saw an open door to a house on the other side of the street. We could just about see a shiny plasma TV visible in the hallway. I have no idea why the door was open but the group went over to explore. I walked over to the house, and just as I reached the doorway, I felt a massive weight plow into the back of me, and I fell hard forward into the house, landing directly on top of the TV and smashing the screen. My head was swimming as I tried to stagger to my feet. My drunk friend Mark had tried to follow me, tripped and pushed me over. Worried about the damage I had done, I stole the TV and we ran away giggling like a pack of kids. But someone had seen us, and soon enough, we were being chased down the street by police officers, sirens wailing and our drunken legs stumbling along the pathway to my house. Eventually, we stopped, and my friend Troy started throwing up in a bin. Mark took hold of the TV while I helped Troy, and the next thing I knew, Mark was being tackled to the ground by officers. I tried to help him but I was threatened with perverting the course of justice and public order so I backed off. I watched as they threw Mark in the back of a police car and whisked him off. Troy and the boys started to yell at me and each other, but it wasn't his fault. "We know it was you, Mike. You need to go down to the police station and sort this." Initially I resisted because I didn't want to get arrested. Our drunken slurs woke the neighbors who came out and joined in the racket. One of them offered to drive me down to the station, so I grabbed him coffee and went down. On arrival, I spoke to reception and they said that if I wanted to confess then I needed to wait for the office in charge to come and see me. I must have fallen asleep waiting, because the next morning I woke up, lying on some cheap plastic seats. Just as I got up, the officer I needed came over to me. "Morning. I understand that you need a word with me about your friend. I needed you to sober up." I was then placed in an interview. I explained everything, from the pub, to tripping and falling into the house. I admitted to taking the TV in a panic. Apparently, this was grounds for burglary, and they arrested me then and there. My friend Mark was released but then started to have a go at the custody sergeant and the officer in charge for arresting me, and he got so worked up that they arrested him again for abusing an emergency worker. But he didn't go down easy. He fought the officers hard. 3 had to pin him to the ground while he shouted, "Pigs, you're all corrupt." They placed him in limb restraints and carried him into a cell. We spent the next 24 hours in separate cells, chatting through the grate in the door. There is nothing like bonding with your friend through bars over a misunderstanding.